Hello, my name's Kayanne and welcome to my video. I'm going to be working today in my Hobinichi Techo Cousin Planner. I have here some images that I printed. I purchased a wellness mantra magazine online, and it comes as a PDF, so then you can print it out if you want to. The advantage of that is you can just print out the pages that you want, and you don't have to worry about something being on, each side of the page. So I am just using those pieces. I'm getting out a new glue stick here that I'm going to be sticking those down with. I'm speeding things up here so that it'll be a little more interesting to watch, hopefully. I try to do more drawing and sketching in my daily pages, but lately I've just been really busy, so I've kind of fallen back on cutouts out of magazines and Patreon sheets and different things like that. I'm looking back. This is a day that I'm catching up, so I'm looking back in my week section to see what I did that day to remind me as I write things down. I'm just going through and finding some pages that are not quite complete. Like this one is mostly done, but I just had never watercolored in my little drawing of the big pile of dishes that we had after having some family over for Easter. The elephant holding a paintbrush was a drawing I did on my daily pages back in January, and now I have had it turned into a sticker. The girl's from one of my Patreon sheets, and I just stamped the number 5 for the date on her dress. The days of the week are also from my Patreon pages. I'm using a mild liner pen to color in some of my words here on these pages. I like to use sticky notes to remind myself of things I wanted to put on a certain page, even when I don't have time to do it right then. And now I'm sketching some things to represent, just some simple sketches to represent things that I did that day. On the left page is one of my characters from my latest April Patreon sheet, as well as one of my new bird stickers perching on her head. The number 7 is from Illustrated Faith. And on the right side, I have images cut from the digital version of the Wellness Mantra magazine that I just printed out as the pages that I wanted. I'm still really enjoying using my Daniel Smith watercolor dot cards. It's just fun to have so many different colors and to kind of experiment and decide which ones I really like and might want to purchase. Now I'm starting on some blank pages, and I'm taking some cutouts that I've cut out of magazines. I think this was a wellness mantra, that same digital download magazine. I'm also putting in some photos that I'd taken and printed out that day, and I just print them on the Tomoe River paper along with the cutouts of the digital magazine, because it's thin paper and it won't bulk up my journal so much. To cut out my ephemera ahead of time. I just sit down and do a lot of cutting, maybe while I'm watching a movie or something like that, and I just think it's really handy to have that already cut out when I'm sit down to do my journaling. So now I'm looking through those cutout pieces to find just the right elements that I want on my pages. The date numbers that I'm placing here are by James Burke, and I use his numbers on both sides of the page. I've really been enjoying putting the number just anywhere on the page. I've labeled for you where all the different little pieces have come from. I've decided to go ahead and make myself some lines with watercolor because I have a tendency to write too little when I do my pages, and sometimes I don't have that much to say. And so just to kind of help give me some little bit bigger guides than what come on the pages, I painted these lines in, and I kind of like the look of that too, and I think maybe I should do that more often. So I'm just journaling in about my day. I've sketched in some images here that are just still in pencil, so they're a little hard to see, but at least I know where to journal around, and I can go back later and get those drawn in. I'm using my fountain pen with my favorite Lexington Gray ink by Noodler. On this day, I picked up some art from a gallery where it'd been showing, and so these rectangles are just supposed to kind of represent those pieces of art that I picked up. Here I'm just playing with some ideas, with some things I've cut out of what I want to put on the page. Again, I would rather take more time drawing, but I've just been busy lately, so I used a lot of cutouts, and I do enjoy using them as well. It's kind of fun to just glue things in. This is a verse I had done, and I'd actually done it on the wrong day. I usually put it on a Sunday, and so I copied it and then cut it out and put it on the right day. I'm using again a little thing I cut out of the Wellness Mantra digital magazine that I got, and hopefully I'll make a video here soon, kind of telling you some of my preferences and of resources for cutting things out. But this one I actually cut out a little bit of the text. It was about remembering to delegate, and that just was a good reminder to myself. So I just kind of sometimes put some messages in my daily pages that just are a reminder to me of things that I need to keep in mind. So that's what that is. I really wanted to get that in there somewhere. So it's getting ready for a Monday. I do have a studio assistant that comes and helps me on Mondays, and so that remember to delegate was a good reminder. Now I'm cutting out the dates from my a sheet my patrons got with art supplies for each of the numbers, and I covered up the numbers that were in the dates in the Hobinichi with a bit of gray washi tape there so it wouldn't be so distracting. Now I'm pre-decorating some pages with some more cutouts. Again, I'm just trying to get the most bang for my time here. These are also from that Wellness Mantra magazine digital download that I've printed out on Tomoe River paper. I really like adding watercolor because it just makes it seem more blended into the page and more like my own touch on it.